More than 10 minutes here on More at 94. We are the Bahamas Superstation, giving you the best music on the planet. Nicki Minaj right there with a little FTCU. That should be the plan for the weekend, man. Well, y'all Google what that means. FTCU. All right, Big L is in the studio. Not you now, man. Don't Google it, because you might be tempted to say it. Just let it go. Let everyone else Google it. I know that's always open. Ladies and gentlemen, just like that, I want y'all to believe me when I say this has probably been one of the fastest months that I've ever worked. I can't believe the month of March is done already. And it's all because we had such an exciting month of March. You know, whenever you're having fun, time flies. And we had an amazing month. And courtesy to Women's Haven, we were able to speak to some amazing women from all different areas and walks of life, man. Different age brackets, different fields, industries, like just amazing conversations the entire month. And because of Women's Haven's contribution, we feel as though it was only fitting to close off the month by inviting the founders of Women's Haven to join us in studio. We started off with a half of the team, Meredith, and I don't know how Meredith even pulled us off to get the timing right, but we have the other half inside the studio with us, along with Meredith today. The co-founders, like I said, of Women's Haven. Manu, you want to introduce them? Or you handling something else right now?
You do it right now.
All right, shouts out to Gigi. Gigi's in the building, hanging out with us. Hanging out with us this morning as well.
I want to be in the conversation.
But we have, she told me I better get her name right. You know what? Meredith.
Okay, let's. I have you. Because I started to think you can't say this right.
I was gonna mess it up. I was gonna Meredith say it though.
All right, so we have Mrs. Correct? 'Cause I've been messing that up too. Mrs. Malicia Adderley in the building. Not from no Cayman, but Cayman. And then of course you guys know the great, the amazing Meredith, Mrs. Meredith. Should I ask Miss Meredith? People have been saying Evans. It is Evans.
She is
right?
Evans.
Yeah, so I got corrected on that the other day, John.
Yeah.
Mrs. Evans is in the building.
That man take that Johnson name and say,
Stephen would be so happy to hear that I didn't do Johnson Evans.
Stephen, I got you. Moving forward, man. I got you.
ladies, welcome once again. Well, welcome once again, Meredith, and welcome Mistress Adderley.
Thank you very much for having me.
So we're really excited to have you inside studio, man. We've heard a lot about you. For many, many years. Me and Meredith have been friends from before puberty. All right, way back then. Like way back then. And when she told me about Women's Haven, about the partnership, I'm like, how in the world you find somebody all the way in another country to start a business with and come up with this idea and kept it going through some really rough times, I'm sure. I want, just like I always give her praises, I want to say congratulations to you as well, because I know it couldn't have been easy, and to put trust in somebody, like, you know, I want to hear the story. I want to know how y'all two decided. That we want to hear it from you, because we heard it from, well, we heard a piece from Meredith before, but
let's see if the story,
right? Yeah, let's see if the story line up.
In a line.
All right, tell us what you remember about the beginning of Women's Haven.
Okay, so I remember when I first started the concept of carrying organic pads. My personal journey started off when I used to have issues growing up with my periods and stuff like that. I used to think it was only me. So, you know, just living life as females, and I came across the concept of organic pads. I thought it was like a gimmick, a marketing gimmick, a sales gimmick, something of the sort, you know. And I never really paid it in mind for about 6 months. And then after that, I, you know, still going through my issues, I was like, you know, I might as well give this thing a try. I did change my life, and I started to talk to other girls about it locally in Cayman, and they would message me and stuff like that. And Meredith saw one day when I posted about it, so I was like, I kept getting a lot of questions. So I posted one day about it, and Meredith's like, but wait, how are you getting organic pads in Cayman? What is this? I trying to get them in Bahamas, and it's so expensive, this and that. I said, really? I said, come, let's go. As she said, she never had to say nothing more to me. After that conversation, we partnered together and said, we're going to do this together. And this was history.
So you were able to basically launch Women's Haven in Cayman.
Yes.
As well as Meredith was able to launch it here in the Bahamas.
Correct.
Now, obviously you had to pool resources, and you had to figure out like a business plan together, but you're living in two different spaces. Like, Like, how long did you know Meredith before?
Well,
Like, I want to know, how did you just say, you know what, I'm going to trust this woman with my concept, my idea, like, and at the same time, you know, we build something. Like, how long did you, like, why?
well, to get into my personal life a little bit more,
She introduced your husband, eh?
she knows my close enough. She knows my husband. They grew up like how you say before puberty and all that.
Okay.
Two of them know each other from way toddler stage.
All right.
So he introduced me to her long time ago, but when he was proposing to me to get married, he used her as my little ploy and throw me off and all this kind of thing.
I know she was happy to do that too.
She was all in it.
Mischievous.
She was all in it.
Mischievous.
So she had me all fooled up, and I went to a photo shoot with my husband, with my fiance, my boyfriend at the time, I guess. And she was there, they egging me on, come on, let's do this. And I taking pictures, and this time I changing my outfit, and my husband now was there proposing to me, and she was a part of all of that. So she's a special person to me beyond as a business partner. Like I trust her with my life because of my husband.
She speaks highly of you on that same note, man. And I always wondered, like, because people talk about women not being able to get along in business and bickering here, and like, how do you guys rise above the times when you didn't agree? Because I'm sure there had to be times when y'all
we'll
didn't
be back
agree.
and forth messaging. But Mel this, I said, well, Mary, I feel like this. Mel this, you know, Mary can tell you how she feels.
I'm like, because she rowdier than me.
I noticed when she walking down, she correct me right away. Now you could get my name right, and it's not gonna be Cayman, it's gonna be Cayman. Yeah, so I realized.
So she rowdier than me. So because I taught her chill, when I didn't have to say what I have to say, regardless of how she continued run on, I finish.
Okay.
And then it takes her like 2 to 3 days to come back and be like, okay, Mary, I see your point of view. Because when her mind already made up about something, there's no change and there's no either or. Whereas I'm a person who sees it from like both sides right away. It takes her a while. So it takes her a while, and then it'll come back. Okay, you'll find a happy median, which usually works out, and it usually benefits both of us in the end with the happy medium, and both satisfied. And we move on, and then it's over. See, because we both have siblings, so we know how to argue and
still have love and respect. Right.
And I think that's a level of maturity that a lot of women don't have. I don't know if because they only children or what the situation is, or I don't know.
Like, it's just maturity. We spoke about maturity earlier. There's certain things, like, once you don't go through life at certain stages and what's not, you just have to look at it differently. There's no way you're supposed to look at life the same way you did 10 years ago.
Not even that. I feel like if you're supposed to be friends, you're not always going to have the same opinion.
Right.
And I think because I grew up in a house where I used to hear that, like, we're not always going to agree, but I still love you. Like, my dad used to say that to me. Like, you might not like me today, but you're never not always like me.
Right.
And I'm fine with that. You
Right.
should be fine with that, too. So
That's real. That's real. We spoke about that yesterday, too, about not liking your children sometimes. But we had Alexis on the show, like, you have to tell them, we ain't going to like each other all the time, but that's fine. So when Meredith told you that she had the idea or the plan to sponsor this effort for the month of March and highlighting amazing women who are doing great in their different fields, how did you take to that?
I was very, very happy about that. I remember the first day she came to me with the idea with sponsoring the radio station to bring other women on. And we're all about empowerment at Women's Haven. I'm a very focused, goal-oriented, like, I don't procrastinate. I am just that kind of person.
Nice.
So when I see these kind of things and we're developing, Mary know I like to do these kind of things. I love to empower women. I love to see us progress. And I'm always thinking about this and doing this new idea, that new idea, this new initiative. I'm always the mind, going behind the scenes with all those type of things. So when I heard her doing this, and I've seen it being consistent year after year after year, I am very proud. I am very, very proud.
The way you spoke just now actually gives me a perfect segue into the other part. Apparently, you're a serial entrepreneur. All right. Apparently, you just, like you made mention, have new ideas all the time, and you're not afraid to give them all a try.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, to see what will work, what will stick.
That's me.
What are some of the other things you're working on outside of Women's Haven?
I used to run a delivery service in Cayman, the first online food delivery service in Cayman. I merged it with Women's Haven because Women's Haven outgrew that business. And I merged my staff, my delivery staff, and my dispatching staff. I merged into Women's Haven.
Nice.
I also own a business with my husband called Kingpin Apps, which is a software development company.
Kingpin Apps?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we build websites, custom software, help businesses get online, professional email addresses, all that kind of stuff to improve your digital presence. We do that as well. So, yeah.
So, Women's Haven, we know Meredith worked really, really hard. Well, I'm sure both of you worked really hard to get it in the stores here locally.
Yeah.
Has it been accepted and appreciated at the same level in the Caymans?
Of course, yes. Cayman was actually the first place to be in these stores. We're in all major supermarkets, Foster's supermarkets in the Cayman Islands, all 4 major ones. We're also in Kirk Market and a few other retail stores in Cayman as well as the 10 other Caribbean countries, 9 other Caribbean countries.
That's what I went to. I just
So we're in Bahamas, we're in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and stores there, Trinidad and Pennywise there, Barbados.
Wow.
In Montserrat, we're in St. Lucia, we're in Guyana, we're in Grenada. I need more, I'm missing about a story about
Wow.
Jamaica. Yeah.
So this distribution
10
channel that
countries.
you're using.
We are the distribution channel.
Oh, really? So you made calls, made links?
We have links. We have me and Meredith lead a team of 8 other women across the Caribbean.
I didn't know the team got that big.
It's been that big. Well, now
wow.
you know. So, yeah, we lead a team of 8 other women who are also entrepreneurs in their fields. So they have distributorship exclusivity for their country. So we're empowering them where they supply their major supermarkets and pharmacies. So they're like, evolving as women. So now they're able to provide to a supermarket on a high level. Like, not married at night. We don't want to show our faces in these countries. We're not from these countries.
Right.
She represents Bahamas. I represent Cayman, and those ladies represent their respective countries. And that's how it is. So we also have leaders like ourselves in the other Caribbean countries as well, who you can talk to and all that stuff.
And this has been, what 5 years?
Since 2017, we started. 2018, Bahamas joined. 2018, Trinidad joined as well. Yeah, we started off. That's when they first started in Cayman.
Cherish. That's what the name of it was?
We had a, like I mentioned before, we were carrying another product before we had our own.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's when we started off with that, and then to me.
And the other product was Cherish something?
It was Cherish was the brand, yes, and I think Cherish was the brand at the time. They no longer exist now.
No, they
Then
don't.
we
When y'all take it over.
No,
Y'all cost them
it was
clothes
very
down.
expensive.
It was very expensive.
And y'all cost them clothes down being affordable.
No, it
I
wasn't
think
that
I right.
kind of business. No. Then we went to another brand.
Correct.
And we were carrying that brand for
But
a
they
while.
didn't want to work with us in a
Yeah.
bigger way.
Yeah.
They saw us as small fries.
Yeah,
Oh.
because we wanted, because the quantity
had
per
to show
packaging,
them.
the quantity per packaging wasn't cutting it. The price wasn't cutting it.
The
Caribbean
price
people
was
was like,
no,
we paying this
no.
for this. So I reached out to them to see if we can partner together to see if they can like do a combined
And I
brand
read that
and work
contract,
with
and
us.
I was like,
They wanted arm and leg and everything from us, and they basically said like,
it
who are
wasn't
you?
sustainable. It wasn't
Who are
sustainable.
you? And they wouldn't offer it to us. They wouldn't rebrand with us anything. So I said, you know what? I go and find a way to do this myself.
So we know you guys started with just organic pots, but then you moved on to so many other.
Well, not really. The liners were first, and the liners, and actually the liner and our like other products came first. So we had, because cost, people don't understand how much cost is associated with manufacturing your own product and branding it. So the liners were first, and then we had the detox pearl first, and then the steam, and then we got the other lines of products. And the last set of products would have been like the menstrual cup, the deodorant, and these are only because like persons ask us, oh, when you're gonna do this, or when you're gonna get this, or we need this. And then like, so deodorant wasn't one that Mel really pushed for, but like again, it was the wow, right? Because so I was like, but I love deodorants, and like, so it caught on. People like the organic deodorant. And any product she ain't hard up about, I turn into the test dummy.
So let me ask this: when you found your manufacturer, when you found the person who you wanted to work with, are all the products coming from the same, or did you have to source other manufacturers for each?
It's a lot.
Wow.
So when we first reached out to the manufacturer, they actually told us no.
Right.
Straight up.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you need a lot of money, and they're like, who you is? You don't know about this company. You know? I had to wait 1 year before they gave us a chance.
And what did you do in that year to convince them?
I just kept doing whatever we were doing. Like, we kept selling the products that we had. I kept in touch with them. I didn't write them off because I need them. So I kept in touch with them, kept them up to date with what we were doing, and they obviously could see what we were doing as
And
well.
then when we went in stores, because we were using someone
Yeah.
else's brand,
and
and when we had the other person's brand in the store, I think that enticed them more. Like, oh, these
Like,
girls
legit.
maybe can
You know.
make this
Where,
happen.
how far is the manufacturing company? Where is
it's in China.
It's in China.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we tried to see if we could find manufacturing companies in the U.S., but there's nothing that exists on this side
that
of the
level.
world that could do anything like that.
Wow.
And the fact is, people disparage the word. They hear China, oh, it's cheap. The fact is,
No.
everything is everything
Expensive and
organic,
cheap.
expensive and cheap comes from China.
Yeah.
It's just some different levels of manufacturing, different levels of testing.
Yeah.
And so if you get the higher level of testing, therefore it's a little bit more expensive. But it all still coming out of China. So you just have to source the right product, the right source of materials and all of that stuff before to move forward and get the testing. Like, we paid for additional testing, which
Just
is
to make sure.
Oh, yeah,
Everything we
yeah.
test.
Now, I know I've seen from time to time on your social media pages you post testimonies and, you know, people's story. Like, how do you feel, like, knowing that, okay, this started off because I wanted it in terms of Melissa, and then Meredith, hearing, like, you found it? Like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I
Yeah,
want
because
to.
we
But hearing other women give
Yeah.
you testimonies and talk
It's-
about their experience with it, how does that feel?
It's empowering. Even just before I came up here, flew up from Cayman, a friend messaged me. He's like, Melissa, I have something to tell you, kind of personal. I was like, dear, I done hear so much things. Ain't nothing too personal for me at this point. And she was telling me how she used one of the products and it like really changed her life. Like, you know, she was so happy and it worked like immediately. She said, she's like, she didn't experience anything like that. And I said, you know, you made my day. Just, you know, just telling me that I'm doing something, like I did something that helped someone else. You know, it warms my heart.
pause there, because when you have stories like that where it's immediate, and then you have persons who it is not immediate for those persons who it's not immediate for, this is my disclaimer. Because when I was like, oh, immediate. If you've been using something for 15 years and you just started using a new product for 1 day and 1 week, if it doesn't work in the first week, please do not message the owner of those companies and say, we promised it's going to start.
All right, so speaking of that then, like, what, you know, when you talk about work, like, what does it actually mean for it to work? All right, so for someone who's just tuned in to us right now, we're speaking with the owners of Women's Haven. We have Melissa Adderley, as well as my good friend Meredith Johnson in studio. So we're learning more about Women's Haven right now. But you guys use the word work a few times just now. When it works, it worked. What does that mean for the product
When
to
I was-
work? Meredith, you got to figure out what you could do. Because you
Hold
keep.
on, before you actually answer, as someone that, like, okay, I obviously got your bag recently, right? And I've used the pads before, especially during my pregnancy. So I think when they say work, right? For example, I won't call a particular brand, but I used to use this particular wash, right? Like, I don't know, secret wash. I don't know what to call it. I gotta, like, you probably wash, whatever. And I started using it because post baby, like, I noticed different changes personally from me, even like from an older perspective and like things like that or whatever. And I kid you all not, but and like I even went to the doctor saying, like, man, like, it feel off, like it ain't operating the same, like, you doc, you gotta tell me. And I did tests and this and the next, and I had like, I literally like went through it or whatever. And when I say I kid y'all not, that wash and that oil, baby.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, that product.
Listen to me. That wash and that oil, Meredith.
Yes, it
Like-
was the oil that the person was messaging me
I'm
about.
talking about
It
the
was
oil.
the
I
oil.
want you to understand, like, firsthand, this past month, like, it has been exceptional. And when I said, like, when they say work, I'm talking like you notice an evident difference in feeling. You notice an evident, like, throughout the day. It's like I don't necessarily feel like, boy, I need to take this next bath before
Y'all don't have to explain work anymore. Right?
even like the feeling as you're doing certain things, like, it works. Like, I need y'all to, like, Boy. Like even like my mom, I think I would have mentioned this would have been last year when we first did it or whatever. Even with my mom, for example, my mom, like, she became very, not holistic, but, like, she's very, like, she feels like certain deodorants and certain soaps and stuff that give you cancer and all these different things or whatever. So Meredith had last year given me a deodorant. My mommy before that was, like, doing, like, it was an Epsom salt. She was rubbing something on that arm. Shout out to mommy, I love you. She was rubbing something on I know. But no, she was rubbing something on the arm, like something homemade thing that she did or whatever, because she decided like she wanted to stop with the deodorants, especially like after finding out my grandma got cancer and stuff. So, like, I got her that deodorant, babe.
And she's been using it since.
Bruh.
Way to go. Way to go.
And, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I literally 2 feet down stand behind y'all products there. And, like, I think we talk about when I was telling you, like, I was feeling really bad, like cramping and stuff like that, but I was like, oh, you tried bads? And I was like,
I tell her try it. Yeah, I was like,
and
because I don't know personally, but man, I've heard enough, and I've read enough testimonies. Like, you should try it,
Big Al, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
I admit, like, wholeheartedly, like, I used to have terrible, and it's not so much that it's perfect now, but like this month in particular, because I got the bag, like, I noticed a legit difference.
You can see it. You can feel it.
Yeah, and like, I ain't gonna lie, shout out to y'all, babe. Like, I used
Shout out
to see
to you.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
I used to see, like, I can't wait to like go, and I was supposed to message you anybody. I was gonna wait until it was empty, but I thought I used to see y'all stuff inside One Stop Pharmacy on East Street South.
Yeah.
When you first was like coming out or whatever, and I went in there the other day for pills, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they have the thing, and I didn't see it or whatever, but I know I could always message me, hey, I can need that little thing. But like, when I say I will intentionally be like supporting the thing.
That's right.
Like, I stand firmly, babe, 2 feet down, especially not washing out oil.
Testimony. Yeah,
That answers your question about what we mean by work.
I mean all day, babe, all day, like all day, good day.
We get it.
Thank you very much, Manda, for answering that for us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's y'all.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you, like I said, you're just joining us, it's all about Women's Haven today. Again, we want to thank you for what you did. I want to talk to Meredith real quick. The women you found, and you decided to put the list together, and you did make sure you mixed it up like really, really good. Was it harder for you this year? Because I know you've been doing it for the past
It was harder.
3-4 years now.
It was harder because I reached out to people who I waited to reach out to, kind of way. Like, I was like, okay, I can wait for this day out. And one or two of them turned me down because they was like, why you didn't ask me last year? And I was like,
Nah, come on now. There's only so much people you can have in a particular month.
well,
Like, behave yourself.
that wasn't necessary. Well, it really was me trying to wait and build as well, because I thought this is year 5. I want to have like this really strong.
Is year 5?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, congrats. Happy anniversary.
I really want to have this really strong group of women, and I think I want to keep on growing it. And for me, like I was telling Amanda, I noticed a ripple effect. Like, I saw a lot more stations, a lot more companies, a lot more everything doing something similar, but with bigger names, right? And I told Amanda I will never probably go after big names, because I like having persons who are more relatable and persons that you could touch almost. You don't hear about as often.
Yeah.
You want to hear from
I
persons.
think that's what made it exciting for us too, because most of the names, I even knew some of them, but didn't know what they did. Like, didn't know what they do on a regular basis. So it was exciting for me to actually hear from my friends about, oh, you do all of this, like,
Yes.
all of this going on. Like,
And women wear so many hats, and I think it was, well, I listened to most of the women this month. Carla said something that I always say, where it's not as many Jacks as there are Janes.
yeah, she did say that.
There are a lot of Janes and persons who exemplify the jack of all trades. And people don't even know what the whole saying is. A jack of all trades is better than one, but maybe a master of none, but better than a master of one.
Yeah.
And so a lot of women have to wear so many hats, and so I really think it was such a good month to showcase all these women, and I chose these women who had all these hats. Who
So-
went from educator to this and to that. And
You know,
this.
next year. you
Leveling up again.
Shake that bag up, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm meeting some of these women for the first time too. I just see them in passing, and I go, I wonder if they'd be interested. So yeah, it was good. It was good.
Nice. So, again, thank you both for your partnership and sponsorship of this month and making this happen. We always get good feedback from the listening audience because of this opportunity to hear from people, like Meredith said, who you would not normally hear about or hear from. And I consider them unsung heroes, man. Some of them are really, really very active in their contributions to community building. Even though they have professional careers, some might be in corporate spaces, but what they do as on the community level is why we actually highlight them on this month of March. So for Meredith to notice them, bring them in, and for Women's Haven to contribute the way they have with the gifts and, you know, just being able to facilitate the radio aspect of it, we say thank you. And we look forward to year 6. Year 6.
Before we jump off the interview, Nikita John say, big up Malaysia.
Hey,
Say love from SPG. But make sure we acknowledge the person's on the...
That's one of our distributors from St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Oh,
yeah.
That's where I thought you was from.
Exactly. He thought I was from there, Nikita.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sim as well. Says Women's Haven is the best. And then Treasure of Eden. I think that's probably one of y'all.
Yeah, Treasure of Eden
There
is
you go.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Sim is our distributor from Trinidad and Tobago. Big up Samantha Taylor.
All right. Meredith, what, you wanted to say something? Oh, that's what you was going to say.
No, I wanted to also add shameless plug. Women's Haven is sponsoring the Carifta Aquatics.
Oh, yes. They actually mentioned that when they were on the show, too.
Yes.
So we will be providing all of the female athletes, participants with a menstrual cup, because remember they talk about the I am that girl and how women typically fall out of the swimming when they go into adolescence and puberty. So we'll be providing all of them with menstrual cups and a very lovely backpack and our bamboo wipes and our scrub. So
you can tell about the wife.
Please, people, go out and participate and support our athletes, especially that one of our athletes lost their father recently. We all know what happened last night, so we would like to also send condolences to that family. So, but yeah, definitely go out and support our athletes this weekend.
All right, y'all keep it out, Zocti, man. More music, more entertainment this year on 194. I'm going to give you an opportunity because we do want to make sure we remind folks of your social media handles. I don't know how, good Meredith top of the dome, remembering some of the places that they can find the products. But we're going to wrap up now. So, Mistress Adderley as our guest.
I just want to give a shout out to my brother. He's tuned in the Cayman Islands. Listen to me. Eric, thank you for listening.
Big up to Eric. you know Vaughn, HD?
Yes, I know him as well.
That's my brethren.
All right, okay,
That's Vaughn.
Yeah, man.
One of my good links down there in the Cayman.
That's right, Cayman.
Meredith, let them know the social media handles. Also, let them know some of the places that they can find the amazing products of Women's Haven.
Social media handles. Milicia is at Mistress Adley. That's MRSADDERLEY. Myself is at MEREVJ. Of course, Instagram is at the Women's Haven. Website www.womenshaven.com. All of our social media handles are Women's Haven. So once you could even Google us. We're probably the first thing that's gonna pop up.
The first thing.
Pop up on your search tab. Manda going to go check. You know that.
Go check,
That's my fact checker right there.
Check it, girl. It's real. All right.
It is the first thing that should pop up on your Internet Explorer. For products in the Bahamas, you can find us at Farmer Choice locations, Kelly's in Freeport, Solomon Sukaya in Freeport, Fresh Market locations, that's Old Fort and Harbor Bay, QVS, Jesus Lord. Oh, I said Fresh Market, Solomon's, and then we have Super Value and Lowe's. They only carry the pads, but our main places where you can purchase most of the products would be Farmer Choice, QVS, Fresh Market, and the Solomon's brand stores, and Kelly's Limited. They fully support everything that Women Haven do.
Awesome.
Is this also y'all on Amazon?
We are also on Amazon. We are an Amazon brand certified.
Just double check
You're
it.
correct.
Come on, man. Like I said, it's been amazing to watch the growth of the company. Like I knew from the start, you know what I mean? So like to watch the growth, like to hear about it year after year after year. And every single time we talk, something new is happening. Something has been added, some new distribution line. Like I didn't even know it was up to 8. Like I am
Yeah.
so proud of you,
And
ladies.
we have
We have
trademark.
something else coming up soon, big.
You-
Something very,
Can we
very.
get the announcement now?
Let
Then
me say this first before you say that. Wait 1 minute. We also have trademarks, just in
Okay.
case anyone doesn't know. We have trademarks in a number of countries. We have trademarks in Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Trademarks in the Cayman Islands. We are filed here in the Bahamas as well, in Jamaica, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago as well. So just wanted to make that, they haven't filed it.
big moves, man.
We are
big
filing in the
moves.
rest of the other countries as well. It just takes a little bit of a
So
process.
people will know that
yes.
this is real. This is forever.
We
This is
legit.
ours.
We legit.
Ours.
And one thing I also want to mention before you go as well, tech-wise for Garden Women's Haven, we will be launching a new website soon.
Okay.
With a lot more.
From Kingpin.
Yes, of course. You got it. You got it. And I also wanted to make mention that Women's Haven will be, if not the first, amongst the first company of its kind to accept cryptocurrencies as a form of payment for your feminine care products.
Congratulations.
So if
man.
anyone
Moves.
has crypto, interested in crypto or anything like that, you can reach out to us because you can purchase your feminine care products
Forward
using
movements.
crypto.
Forward movements. All right, Meredith, I need a big announcement now. I got to wrap
Yes.
this up.
So this is a huge announcement. Women Haven will be launching our own vending machines, and they will be able to be multi-purpose, where they can go
Nice.
in companies that her person to want to purchase and have them just mounted in for a purchase, or if any organization wants to sponsor a vending machine and they want to get a contract with us to refill it, it can also be distributing free pads to persons. So
So maybe like you could put them like
in,
by
in
schools
businesses and businesses and
the
corporate
malls and
yeah.
things like that. Nice.
See,
Nice. Oh, that's okay. I guess y'all will be posting that soon enough so everyone will be able to see it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about, man. Growth, empowerment, and good friends from Women's Haven. We have Melissa Adderley as well as Meredith Johnson Evans. Definitely appreciate them for being in studio with us. And Meredith, it's nothing but love, and I'm so proud of you. I hope you continue moving forward with everything you've been doing and just keep rising above it all, man. And as everyone who's been guests who you chose, like they were all happy and next year, I can't wait for us to do it again. I just can't wait for us to do it again.
Easiest month of your life,
Easiest
right?
month of my life. I said,
Effortless.
when the end of February comes, I said, oh, I ain't doing nothing in March. Y'all keep it down, talk to me. We're going to wrap this part of the show up. We're getting some more music real quick. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing month of March, celebrating and highlighting amazing women all across the Bahamas, as well as our guest, Mr. Adderley from the Cayman. Women doing great things, man. That's what it's all about. So continue to be great and amazing. Let's get in this one from Shinsia right now. It's called Hit and Run. We are the Bahamas Superstation, and more entertainment is on More 94.
You think you coulda get in on my feelings? You coulda get me for